for today is, while waiting on my radiator, got some new products in. Definitely going to check these out, test them. Thinking about maybe partnering with these guys, so let me know your thoughts. These are the mobile air tire inflators. So we're going to get these unboxed. These are from STE1. So we'll get them opened up, go through them, review them, test them, and then let me know your thoughts moving forward. All right, first one I'm looking at, this is the HS8813. Pretty small, compact little unit. I think they're pretty much charged, so I'll probably give it a go here shortly, but a couple different things. You can change the function. I don't know if you see it. So it's set up for car. It can go bicycle, scooter, scooter, bicycle, football, basketball, whatever. Personal flotation devices for pool, stuff like that. As far as on the car, I did go through this. It gets you the PSI rating, which you can go to, which is at the bottom, which means this one's set to 36. For the auto, it does go all the way up to 50 PSI. And then at the top numbers tells you how much air pressure is in there. This thing is rechargeable. It is a C-style connector that goes into the USB. It comes with the air hose, which will attach right here to the top, screw in, and then it comes with the different attachments. So you've got for a basketball pump. This actually goes for your vehicle. Then this is, flotation devices or, blow up mattresses, so on and so forth. So haven't really seen any reviews on these. I know they've been selling out like hotcakes, but we'll test these one at a time. Gonna see how well this thing does and see what all the functions and stuff are on it. I guess this one does have a flashlight. An emergency for this is SOS, so I guess if you're out on the side of the road, you need some extra light, you need to warn people that you're putting air in your tire, what have you. So I do like that feature. More worried about how it's going to do as far as putting air pressure in the tires. I do a lot of off-roading. I got a bunch of kids. It's real simple to get some of these, throw them in the kids' car, provided they keep them charged. And then use them in a pinch. So we're gonna see what we can do with this one, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, obviously since I got the XJ in the garage, I'm gonna test it out on this. So did screw it up, or screw it on, I'm sorry. There is zero air leaking out of the system as of right now. So it does have a good, firm, tight seal. I did go through and already preset these tires prior to this video. So I'm gonna see how accurate this gauge is. What I did on these tires are rated for 50 PSI, but working through a couple def wobble issues. So going off of the rating on my door, it says 33. So I want to test it at 33, see if it rides better. So I already set them at 33. Just hooked this machine up and it says it's on 33. So first and foremost, I do know the PSI gauge is accurate on that. So I'm going to let some air out of this tire, recheck it, and then see how quick it pumps it up. All right, in order to get an accurate comparison between these three devices, I'm going to drop the tires down to 20 PSI. I'm going to go back up to 33, and then I will do a timer so we can have an accurate comparison as far as time. The first one we're going to do, which is the HS8813, we're going to go from 20 PSI up to 33 PSI, and I'll start a timer once I hit start on the compressor. All right, so 7 minutes, 28 seconds based on, a few seconds of error because of reflexes, whatever. As far as the unit, it did hold at 33. It did not automatically shut off, but it wouldn't put any more air in there. As expected, the hose pretty hot to the touch, but not going to burn you. Unit itself is actually relatively warm. It's got a little bit of heat to it, but nothing unbearable. It was fully charged, so used a third of the battery. I mean, in a pinch, definitely would work. These are bigger tires, so I know it's going to have to work a lot harder on this vehicle than it would a normal passenger vehicle, or especially a bike, so on and so forth. But all right, so far not too bad. Let's write down the time and then move on to the next. All right, this is the HS8812. Out of the box, this is a much more deluxe kit. Comes with a little bag, carry-in bag. Same connectors. Does have an inline fuse. This one can be set up to your cigarette lighter, as well as the USB with the C-clip or the C connection. And then the hose has been upgraded with the locking style. As far as the unit, it's closer to the size of a brick, so it is a little bit bigger. It does have on the bottom where you can store some of the connections. I'm pretty sure these can be used to charge your phone if need be, but don't quote me on that because I haven't tested them yet. But it does have in here where it can be, so this would be your input, this would be your output, so I'm pretty sure it can charge phones. We'll test that feature in a minute, and then you can put some of your connectors and stuff down here in the bottom of this unit. Overall, construction of these, pretty solid. Let's see what we got on battery on this one. Okay, this one did not come charged, so we're gonna have to charge this one, and we'll come back to this one later. But as far as first impressions, does have more options, so it looks like more of a deluxe setup. And based off of the size, it's a little thinner, but it's taller and it's longer. So we'll see how it compares once we get it charged. All right, this is the HS8811. Looks like, judging by how I'm opening these, I started from the least to the more deluxe based on just my first observations, okay? So got this one. Again, HS8811, I'm sorry. Same kind of stuff that came with the previous model. Upgraded hose, Type-C USB. This is for your cigarette lighter. You got your carrying case. And again, all the same connections and fittings. Again, it does come with an extra inline fuse in case you have issues running it through your cigarette lighter. This is also the first one that actually came with owner's manual. Again, these are pretty self-explanatory, pretty fail-proof, basically, right? I mean, you just turn them on, everything's on the screen. But it does say on here that, yes, that is a USB output on this guy on the top. So all three of these models can be used to also charge your phone or something like that in an emergency situation. So that's pretty good to know. Again, same overall functions and settings as far as for car, motorcycle, bike, balls, custom mode, whatever you need. This one does appear to have come charged. So let's start this operation. As far as design, I do like this design better than the rest of them. However, I don't like that the input and output for charging and using the charger is open, whereas the other ones are both in sealed components on the end. But really, does that matter? Probably not. Again, you got your power mode. Push it to turn it on. Let's see what we got here on battery. Again, full battery. Again, same thing as far as functions. What we just talked about on the other one. This is how you can reduce it or improve it, or increase, I'm sorry. Here is your light. Actually, the light on this one is a little bit brighter. So that's pretty neat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this one the exact same way I did the first one, which is also the same way we'll do the third one once I get it charged. I'm gonna run the tire back down to 20 and run the time lapse again. All right, so I got it hooked up. I'm using a different tire. I'm using a tire in the rear. It says we're right at 32. So I'm going to call this accurate. I mean, 1 PSI when I'm using a manual gauge to set these down. So basically, I'm going to call that same. So again, the hooked up, zero leaking, no air coming out. Pretty accurate and pretty sensitive because I can move it around and get the reading to change a little bit. So we're going to run this down to 20, set it for vehicle, and do the time lapse. All right, so you saw it shut off on its own, 33% or 33 psi. I'm sorry. Again, battery's full charge, so down about a third of the battery. As far as the unit here, cool. Absolutely no heat dissipation off of it at all. Just as cool as when I took it out of the box before I used it. Air hose, a little bit hotter than the first unit I used because it's obviously pushing air through faster. It's about 2.5 minutes faster, but we'll write the numbers down. So this one does have the automatic shutoff feature, and it has the sleep mode. So if you turn it on, don't use it, it'll automatically shut off. So, but I'm actually super surprised that this thing is no heat difference at all on the unit. Okay, again, so 20 PSI to 33 PSI, 5 minutes, 14 seconds, give or take a couple seconds. Keep in mind that's on all of these compared to the first one that we did, 20 PSI to 33 in 7 minutes, 28 seconds. So about 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 15 difference in this unit, but definitely this does not displace any heat. So as soon as we get the other one charged, we'll check it out, but this one is the HS8811. All right, back to the HS8812. Got it charged. It did come uncharged, no big deal. Same functions as the rest. White light, red light, flashing red light. Going by production date, this may be the newest one. Not sure yet. We're going to test it, but it looks like this was the first model, second, and then the third. But same test that we've done on the other two. I'm going to get another tire down to 20 PSI, do it on the time lapse, see how it goes. All right, on this one, I am going to have to reach out to the manufacturer and see how to get see if I can convert this internally from bar to PSI. Bar is the metric system that's used in place of PSI. However, for the test, I can still do it. For your knowledge, one bar is equivalent to 14.5 PSI. So let's say for 33 PSI when I want to run, I'll divide that by 14.25, and that'll give me the bar, which in this case would be, my apologies, 2.27, but it only goes in increments of fives. So we'll run it at 2.25. I do have the tire down to 20 PSI. So we're going to hook this up and do it on a comparison test. So everything's the same. You just got to do a little bit of math on this one. But I'm sure there's probably a function on here how to convert that. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. All right, same issue, or non-issue, I guess. No air leaking out of here. Holding pressure firm. Again, it's at 1.5, which again is in bar. So 14.5 times 1.5, basically let you know what the PSI is right now. But we're going to go ahead and start the timer on this and then see how long it takes for this pump. All right, so time on this one from 20 PSI So we'll do 20 PSI to 33 PSI in 5 minutes, 47.34. All right, so as far as the unit here, a little warm, not horrible. Hose is about the same as the last one. So based off of the speed of these compressors, slowest one, this is the middle grade. This one was the fastest, by not much. So time on this one was 5:14. Time on this one was 5:47, and then 7:28. But again, not horrible times on these guys. Definitely worth the buy. What I'm going to do is, again, figure out if there's a way I can convert this bar to PSI without having to do the math, just for simplicity, and then follow up with the price points on each of these three units to get back to you. But again, these units ran straight through, didn't shut them off. They didn't overheat. They didn't stop working. So as far as durability on the initial out-of-the-box review, good to go. I'm going to turn this one on and see where we're at on battery. This one did hold battery a little bit longer. So I guess that is a plus. It's still showing full. But again, I fully charged this one. These showed full when I got them. I didn't charge them any because it showed full. But, you know, they may have drained out a little bit. So I would still call them pretty much all comparable on battery usage. So let me follow up on this guy and then get some price points out to you guys, and then like to hear your feedback. This guy again is the HS8812. All right, just to follow up, so I did some price checking comparison and everything. So looks like the HS8813, the one that did it in 7 minutes 28 seconds, it would be retail probably 30 to 40 bucks. On the other two, the HS8812 and the HS8811, which both did it between 5 minutes, 5.5 minute range, they would be between probably 60 to 70 is what the average cost would go on these things. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see how that turns out.